Welcome to another episode of the Mayor's Lounge here at the magnificent, beautiful Hideaway Cafe. Today is a really special Mayor's Lounge because I have with me today one of the greatest, 100 greatest hockey players in the history of the NHL. Phil Esposito is with us today, and we're going to get to hear some incredible music from Magifern. So we're really glad you're with us today. So I'm here today with Phil Esposito, who's obviously one of the greatest players to ever play the game of hockey. You've been a coach, you've been a general manager, you're a Hall of Famer, you've been a broadcaster, are a broadcaster, an ambassador, and you're the founder of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Is there anything in this game that you haven't done?
Well, I've never driven the Zamboni, so last year I did it.
All right.
I drove the Zamboni around the arena, Amalie Arena, and had a great time doing it. It was so much fun to do that, and my family all sat in the fan zam, as they call it.
So you were drafted as a teenager, nearly...
Actually, I was never drafted.
Really?
12 years old.
Okay.
My dad got $500 from a guy named Bob Wilson, who was the chief scout of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Okay.
For my brother and I. We
Really?
called what they call a C form, and they would sign kids up, and they would give their fathers the money that if they ever turned professional, they were with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Wow.
Toronto did it, Montreal did it in Quebec. Every Quebec player was signed by Montreal.
Wow.
So when I turned pro, it was with the Chicago Blackhawks.
So now you were part of, I believe, a blockbuster trade between Chicago and Boston.
Right. Jim Norris and Arthur Wirtz, who owned the Blackhawks at the time, they didn't like the way I played. They thought I should be more aggressive. And I used to say, well, I just put it in the net. That's all I do. And that's the name of the game. You score more than the other guy.
That's right.
That's it.
We have a franchise here because of you, thankfully. Have you been surprised by the embrace of this hockey team here in this region?
I got to tell you, what surprised me more than anything was when we came over and played at Thunderdome, which is now Tropicana Field. We averaged over 22,000 people a game. We averaged over 22,000 people a game.
And you hold the record.
Over 28,000 for a hockey game indoors.
Indoors.
Indoors. And right here at Tropicana Field. And that was fun.
You've been in the Tampa Bay area a long time now.
Since 1990, I moved down here. I had to create a job for myself. I knew they wanted to expand. And I called John Ziegler, who was then, he wasn't the commissioner, he was the president then, there was no commissioner. And I said, I'm going to go for an expansion team. There were two groups vying for this franchise. Two. No place else had two.
Wow.
So it was the right area.
So we received two questions via social media. The first one was from Sally Everett, who is a former City of St. Petersburg employee and a Bruins fan. And she wanted to know, is there a game that stands out for you as the best game that you ever played in?
Unfortunately, it wasn't with Boston, it wasn't with New York, it wasn't with Chicago, it was with Team Canada. And it was in 1972, it was Game 8 in Moscow. We're behind, and I thought, what are we going to do in the third period? We're behind 5-3. I had 5 points that game, we ended up winning 6-5. I played close to 47 minutes.
Wow. So our second social media question is from Harold Weathervane. What do you like and not like about hockey and the way the game is played today?
I don't like the speed. I don't think this game was ever meant to be played this quickly on 200 feet of ice. I just don't. These guys are so much bigger now, and they're good athletes, eh? There's no time.
Yeah.
There's no time to make plays. And if that was the case, they would have made the rink 250 feet by 125, not 200 by 80. And when I say that, and I know folks say, oh boy, you are really from the old school. Yes, I am.
Phil, thank you one more time for being
Thank you
with us
very
today. Really appreciate you being here, and more so appreciate everything you've done for us here in the Tampa Bay region and bringing hockey to this area. I know my family loves it. There's a lot of fans here who love being able to go to the games, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without you. So
I really enjoyed this. Thank you.
thank you. And now we get to enjoy some great music from Magifern.
Literal waves in motion, a chemical reaction. It stunts the waterfall, making people talk backwards. Roots rip through the asphalt of a not so solid ground. A prettily pickled, written riddle to crystallize what's found. A simple spark to get it started, an inside job to fix the leak. A lightning scar, a red dot calling, X marks the spot you seek. Ooh, I'm changing. Crispy pictures made through a mix of thrills. Disillusionment from less distance between the film and the real. Sweet, sweet cracks in the pipes. Took so long to tell me your name. Undertones, they came undone, and so did the